Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some crazy news in regards to Phil Spencer, basically the Xbox head honcho over here, who is actually kind of went somewhat unhinged. He has had so many various stories going on today. He has things going and like literally going and cutting out ties with huge businesses. He has huge things in terms of emulation and also past game generation, which also does affect a lot of the Xbox Series X as well. Phil Spencer is also even trying to go and just, well, laying down the law when it comes to NFTs. Basically, he's just kind of going boom, 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 boom with a bunch of different stories. So I'm gonna go talk about it because there's just so much stuff going on, and I gotta give him some credit because I feel like he actually has some pretty good takes. So number one, we're gonna probably go dive into like somewhat more of a serious story in regards to like the Activision drama that actually kind of has even a follow-up that happened as of a few days ago. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably heard about that drama, kind of pretty bad, as well as we have some then a little bit more lighter news as well, because it is a little bit more on the harder news in general. So if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed for gaming news like this, as well as all the restocks going on, as well for the PS5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stock for money. Go on base, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. Let's go dive on into it. So as I mentioned, the first one's a little bit more on the a little edgy side over here. And we're gonna be talking about in regards to the Microsoft and Activision ties they want to go and, well, basically maybe go and cut. So I'm sure you guys heard there was a lot of big Activision, well, it's not good, just not good stuff. Basically, there was even a little bit more information kind of came out throughout these past few days where some of the big head honchos over at Activision were basically like stalking people, trying to go and, like do some kind of, bad stuff to people, and just a lot more bad information that came on out, which once again was just not good. Like the Activision situation a few months ago was really bad. Now this is even worse. So now, actually, Microsoft's boss, good old Phil Spencer himself, actually had some statements going on over here in regards to that. We're going to talk about the other stuff too as well. But let's start over here from The Verge, basically talking about this, where Microsoft Xbox boss Phil Spencer tells staff he's deeply troubled by Activision Blizzard. Bloomberg reports Spencer is evaluating all aspects of our relationship. Let's talk about this over here. So basically, following a bombshell Wall Street Journal report, and if you guys did not go and see this, there is so much stuff that basically happened over here. It's not good. Like basically, even the CEO himself, a lot of people are calling for the actual Activision CEO to go and step down. This has not been good. So basically, it's like a step up of everywhere. Like everywhere throughout Activision, there was something bad going on. I'm sure you guys saw this, or maybe you guys heard about it. If not, basically just everything was really bad. There's people over in 2007 over here, 2006 over here, and basically there's just bad news all around. Also, some even people too as well, even like already stepped down, and then even like it's just not good. Like I'm sure you guys have seen it or you guys heard about it too as well. It's just not good. Like a lot of instances of really bad things going on with people. It was really not good. So basically, before diving fully into that one, Phil Spencer heard about this news and he's kind of being like, well, this is not good. So let's go talk about this. So basically, the Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick allegedly knew, withheld, and even participated in harassment and abusive behavior. The company's big console partners, Sony and Microsoft, are semi-privately expressing their distress. Bloomberg is now reporting that Microsoft boss Phil Spencer has told staff he was disturbed and deeply troubled by the horrific events and actions at Activision Blizzard, and that Microsoft is evaluating all aspects of our relationship with Activision Blizzard and making ongoing proactive adjustments. As a result, the Bloomberg report is accurate, a Microsoft spokesperson tells The Verge. Microsoft also shared a generic, completely unrelated statement about how Microsoft wants a welcoming and inclusive environment for all of our employees at Xbox. Yesterday, too, as well, Sony's PlayStation boss also told employees the company had expressed a deep concern with Activision Blizzard, according to Bloomberg, adding that we do not believe their statement or response properly addresses the situation. These private statements from Sony and Microsoft obviously don't carry anywhere near the same weight as if these companies publicly call the situation over there, but as well, as you guys can probably go and tell, if they're the CEOs themselves, that does have a lot of weight. They also did have Microsoft and Sony also make other comments, and they wanted to commit to a less toxic video game industry. And Phil Spencer specifically said, basically, he's been trying his best to go and just stop like toxicity in games in general, stating this type of behavior has no place in our industry, as well from his new memo about over here from Activision too as well. A lot of folks, even Activision Blizzard employees, signed petitions to remove the CEO from the company. Shareholders also demanded like the resignation, and overall just really bad. So the big kind of takeaway for this is all of these big CEOs, Jim Ryan and Xbox, as well. It's just not good. Like, both of their sides do not appreciate this, and I'm in the same boat of this. All the things that were coming out from Activision were absolutely dreadful, absolutely awful, not good news. So it is, I'm not really necessarily sure, because as you guys know, a lot of Activision games, mainly more so Call of Duty, are really big cash cows. They print a lot of money, so I'll be very curious to go and see if they actually do officially go and cut ties. As of right now, a lot of their wording is kind of being like, more on the middle side of, we're going to definitely have to look into it and see. There is a potential as well, especially because even this year's Call of Duty has been kind of mediocrely received. But I'm sure, as you guys probably know, you guys can leave your comments down below. It's very hard to go and cut a cash cow like Call of Duty. But it's very intriguing to go and see these public statements, especially from these big CEOs, basically just going and publicly showing their disdain on the situation as well. So kind of some like a little bit lighter news, because this is a little bit hardcore stuff. Phil Spencer actually made some pretty cool comments about the industry-wide emulation. If you guys don't know what emulation is, basically it's like, say you have a computer and you want to go play a game from the N64, technically and legally, if you own the game itself, like let's say you want to play Zelda and you actually own the little game disc itself, you can technically and legally get the ROM files on your computer, basically just go and download the game for a game console many years back, run it on an emulator, which is basically just like, imagine like a fake N64, GameCube, PS2, Xbox console, or whatever, and then with that technology, you have a chance to go and then play the game on your computer, or maybe even also play your game on your Xbox, depending on what is going on. And now it's kind of sometimes in a sketchy territory. I know Nintendo's also taken down emulations, but also, kind of interestingly enough, Phil Spencer is like, hey, why not just go, let's go push for it. So basically, video game emulation is great at two things: preserving gaming history and also allowing people to easily pirate and also download and play the software. The industry's relationship with emulations has been rocky as a result, but Xbox's excellent first-party emulation efforts have offered everyone a bit of hope, until these efforts came to an end following the most recent Xbox update, which we actually covered up on the channel, where it basically goes to show that they had a few games that they could go and update, although they couldn't fully do it all on every one of them too as well. But Phil Spencer also says, my hope, and I think I have to present it as that way as of now, is in an industry we'd work towards legal emulation that allowed modern hardware to run any, within reason, older executable, allowing someone to play any game, Xbox Phil Spencer tells Axios. So basically, he's just trying to go and say, I want to be able to go and play any game, especially maybe an old Xbox game, on my console and allow this legal emulation where maybe even people can make money off it. Say like maybe Nintendo, instead of having like someone just doing like a Dolphin emulator, which is like just a type of emulator, with that, they can basically be like, hey, Nintendo, why not make it easy for someone to go get it, spend $10 or a subscription plan, kind of like Game Pass, and make it easy. So this is actually really cool to see Phil Spencer diving into this, where Spencer also stated, hope comes just after Microsoft's gaming division brought its own first-party emulation efforts to an end. While we continue to stay focused on preserving and enhancing the art form of games, as the announcement put it, we have reached the limit of our ability to bring new games to the catalog due to past licensing, legal, and technical constraints too as well. So very cool to kind of go and see Phil Spencer kind of diving on into this brand new stuff, where they're trying to go make it so even gamers back in the day can go and also play their games too. I have to give a lot of credit towards Phil Spencer. A lot of things he's pushing for is very actually good for the overall gaming scene, especially things like such as Game Pass, I'm sure you guys know. And last but not least, this is one of my more favorite things to see. Xbox boss Phil Spencer is now wary of NFTs as well, and basically just went on a complete tirade saying that NFTs are lame. If you guys don't know what an NFT is, it basically just is a cryptocurrency type, like it's like a token based on a lot of cryptocurrencies as well, like Ethereum, like Stellar, a lot of other various places too, Algo, Mana, etc., where I'm sure a lot of you guys know, you see the pictures, the little pictures that sell for millions of dollars. There's other, definitely, I'm not anti-NFT myself, but in terms of investing and all those other various things, I do think it's very speculative and also kind of relates to a lot to money laundering as well. I do want to go and say, if you guys are into crypto, I do appreciate a lot of aspects of NFTs as well, so I'm not completely against NFTs. But Phil Spencer actually said something that I think a lot of people would agree on. Phil Spencer says there is a lot of speculation and experimentation that's happening. Xbox boss Phil Spencer also shared his thoughts on one of the most talked about elements of the technological space these days on NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. Speaking to Axios, Spencer said he has observed a good amount of speculation and experimentation in the space. What I'd say today on NFT all up is I think there is a lot of speculation and experimentation that's happening, and that some of the creative that I see today feels more exploitative than about entertainment too as well. Spencer said he does not believe in NFTs in the gaming space are inherently bad, although he said Microsoft would take action against any NFT game project that it was exploitative on the Xbox platform. Good example too, as well as Valve also was even banning things like NFTs from Steam itself. He also goes on to say, I don't think that it necessitates that every NFT game is exploitative. I just think that we're kind of in that journey of people figuring it out, he said. And I can understand that early on you see a lot of things that probably are not things you want to have in your store. I think anything that we looked at in our storefront that we said is exploitive would be something that we would, take action on. We don't want that content too as well. So basically the cool idea on this is that he's not against NFTs, but he's definitely against all the people that are trying to make money off it. So very intriguing news, especially the Microsoft and Sony bosses basically going calling out Activision, as well as all the other various stuff. If you guys want to leave your call-outs and comments down below, kind of cool to go and see some big figureheads in the gaming community, kind of make some interesting stands and interesting statements, and we'll kind of see where other brand new news kind of comes out from here. So if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch as well. Link down below. Sign up for Weeble. The pod's $100. You guys go get free stock, free money. Go on base, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go get free Bitcoin. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Leave your thoughts and comments down below.